Huge day for the Seminoles as they pick up another blue chip defensive back. What I've said many times is the best defensive back class in the country just got better. You already had KJ Bolden. You already had Charles Lester. You've got others committed back there as well. But now you've got another South Florida blue chip defensive back. And Florida State's elite defensive back and recruiting class improves again. Jamari Howard. Maybe not a lot of drama in this one, but that's just a testament to Mike Norvell and this staff who absolutely were killers and closers on the trail in this recruitment. He is a 4-star corner out of South Florida. This was a Michigan State commit who decommitted from their spring, summertime, big-time Florida State battle. Rutgers in there as well. Michigan State never all the way out of it. Florida desperately wanted this kid. They thought that Corey Raymond would kind of have the sauce to get them up over the top. Talked about this being a Corey Raymond versus Pat Surtain battle. Pat Surtain threw Raymond completely in a locker. And the Noles pick up a top 100 kid in the 247 rankings. He's 6'2", 175 pounds. He is super athletic. His wingspan is ridiculous. He's got like a 6'8" wingspan that everyone comments on. His physicality is really, really tough. He's a kid that absolutely has one of those motors that you want to get. I think his talent level is through the roof when you look at how he's rated compared to how Charles Lester is rated. Both of them rated similarly as cornerbacks. Florida State picks up a phenomenal get here. I want to talk a little bit about how Pat Surtain was a huge deal in this recruitment. I want to talk a little bit about Mike Norvell, the narrative around him being a good recruiter. I want to talk a little bit about Jamari as well. But make sure that if you're watching this, if you're an FSU fan and you like supporting FSU athletics, you like picking up big-time recruits like this, you need to be giving to the battle's end. Now, I don't know what your financial situation is. I don't know if you can support financially month over month over month. I'm proud to do so. I'm proud to be a Seminole booster. I'm proud to support both Rising Spear and the Battle's End. The Battle's End, which primarily deals with football. If you can't support month over month over month, I would encourage you, go make a one-time donation. Support after the Noles just picked up a huge commitment. Early in Jamari's recruitment, when they were asking what it would take to get him to flip or decommit from Michigan State, he said the words, "a really big bag." Now, I don't think that that's what it took. I think that Florida State's NIL was certainly involved, and this is not saying that it wasn't NIL related, but I do think the relationship with Pat Surtain, Mike Norvell, all of that mattered too. But those were his words, not mine. So if you're not giving to the Battle's End, maybe it would be a good time to get that started. He is a track star, absolutely huge. Won the 4x400 relays. You love a two-sport athlete. You love the versatility that he has. You love the fact that he has that closing speed. He has that makeup speed. He has that ability to, if he's got a misstep, get back into the play. Obviously, you like your DBs, you like your corners to have a good bit of speed on them. And a South Florida kid that runs track, has a freakish wingspan of almost 80 inches, is pretty impressive. Jamari Howard, a kid that, again, some of your rivals desperately wanted. I know that Miami tried to get in there late. He visited over there in the spring, in the summer. Just didn't have the traction there. I think that winning matters. I think that when you look at what's going on at both of those programs, both Florida and Florida State and Miami, you can see that one team is clearly the cream of the crop on the field right now. And I think that was important in this recruitment. I think that this kid was a kid that was never likely to leave the state of Florida. I don't think that it was impossible that he would end up out of state, but I I think a kid that really wanted to stay in the state of Florida, and Florida State at this moment is the total package. There were a lot of questions about, would Pat Surtain be able to recruit? Would he be the piece that Mike Norvell wanted when recruiting in South Florida happened, when DB recruiting happened? And I hope that those questions from February, when Pat was hired, I hope that we never have to hear those again, because he has absolutely come out and proven his worth 100 times over in just this cycle. There's a lot of questions around defensive recruiting and our defensive staff, and what about this position? What about that position? What about this group? What about that group? I'll tell you one place I don't worry about, and that is the DB room. Florida State is and always has been DBU. All the way back to, I know you guys got a problem with him now, but all the way back to Deion Sanders and Buckley and all those guys, Florida State's always been DBU, and they're going to continue to be DBU. Even through the lean years, they've got guys that have been in the league and have certainly made an impact. Big-time defensive backs come to Florida State, and we heard a lot about the Corey Raymond effect. We heard a lot about what Billy Napier would be able to do recruiting, and the fact that Jamari Howard was a South Florida kid. Miami might be able to get in there. At the end of the day, Pat Surtain, Mike Norvell, and what Florida State had to offer trumped all of that. None of that mattered as much as what Florida State had to offer. I talked about this yesterday when we did our video on recruiting. The narrative around Mike Norvell not being able to recruit is dying. If it's not all the way dead yet, it will be tomorrow when there are 200 recruits in Doak Campbell Stadium. There on the sidelines at Bobby Bowden Field when the Noles smacked down the Miami Hurricanes for the third year in a row. That narrative is gone. And Mike Norvell did it in an unconventional way. He didn't come in and just immediately have a top 5-10 class like Florida State's fans would have loved. We all would have loved to have seen that. But what Mike Norvell did do was he coached guys up, and he won a lot of games with less talent than most people would think he would have on this roster. If you look at the 247 composite team rankings, if you look at the transfer portal, he utilized a new tool that was at his disposal, and he got Florida State back to national relevance, back to dominating their rivals, and back in the recruiting scene to where they have a top 5 class. And with some of the guys on campus this weekend, have a legitimate chance to finish with a class that could be really, really special. Something like 5th, 4th, 3rd, somewhere in there. You've got a couple of commits from a rival that are on campus this weekend. If you can get one of those guys to flip, not only do you take from them, but you increase your class standing. You can find yourself up there at around that 3rd, 4th, 5th ranked class when it's all said and done. At the end of the day, a massive pickup for the Noles. Jamari Howard, super talented, super special, super elite, and Florida State's defensive backs. I mean, you've seen what they're doing right now with Conrad Hussey, Azariah Thomas, Shaheem Brown. The guys they're developing are unreal right now, right? And that's no shot at Dent or, I mean, you look at Renardo Green and all the Jari and Joe. You look at a lot of these guys are really special. But what they're doing in raising the ceiling and raising the roof of talent is going to be something to watch for a long time. Florida State's defense and their defensive backs specifically are going to be a lot of fun for Seminole fans to see for a long time. And I'm excited about the direction that all of that is heading. Hey, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We let our Discord, we let our Patreon know about this, that this was the way that this was going to go down. I appreciate you guys for supporting. If you want an extra way to support, you can go to patreon.com/DFNS to support there as well. Hey, the Noles got better today. Tomorrow we're going to go out and beat Miami's heads in, so that's going to be fun as well. We'll be back on Sunday with some live content. Recapping the Noles getting to 10-0 after beating the Miami Hurricanes. Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching. Love you. Good get today from Mike Norvell, Pat Surtain, and this staff. Go Noles.